Hi everyone, this is a remote viewing 5-year forecast for our new cryptocurrency CICO forecast that we are calling CICO 36. We offer our CICO Plus forecasts free to the public to watch as videos on YouTube, but the real name of the assets in this forecast are changed so that the name referenced in the video is fictional. Those who are interested can watch the forecast to see if they want to purchase the actual identity of the asset during the forecast period. Let's look at the CICO rankings up to CICO 35 and a new raw CICO datasheet that currently includes just CICO 36. Now before we move on, let's analyze the new raw CICO datasheet together. Allow me to explain a bit about how to read it. Obviously, the first column has the CICO number, which in this case is CICO 36. In the next column, you'll see the CICO score. This is the result of the complexity analysis and a central metric to determining the degree of change of a CICO. Now, in the next columns, you'll see positive and negative temperature indicators, which are used for aggregate temperature probe analysis. The first number in each column is the number of positive or negative temperature probe lines provided by our viewers during their remote viewing sessions, and the second number after the dividing line is their weighted value of those temperature probes, also provided by our viewers during their sessions. This weighted number reveals more than if a probe just shows positive or negative growth. It provides further insight to just how much positive or negative growth may be expected. And the closer the positive or negative results are to each other, the more likely the results of the forecast will be indeterminate. Next, we have the additional elements. These additional elements are used to calculate the CICO score in the second column. Typically, 3 or 4 additional elements are good signs for movement. Anything less can potentially be concerning, as it may indicate only a small degree of change in adoption. Now, we had 3 remote viewers in this forecast, and that shows in the additional elements column because they provided us with 1 additional element each, in the sense that one viewer had 2 additional elements, another viewer had 3 additional elements, and the third viewer had 4 additional elements. Finally, let's look at our conclusion column. This is Farsight's personal evaluation of the CICO given all the data that we have just described to you in the previous columns. However, we would like to encourage you all to look at the data for yourself and to make your own conclusions. Remember, our viewers always probe for general adoption of any given CICO, not price. However, you'll always feel more comfortable with your decisions regarding these CICOs if you understand the data yourself. So, now that you understand how to read the raw CICO datasheet, let's return to the forecast. Remember that when we use our forecasting methods for cryptocurrencies, we are forecasting for adoption, not price. We want to get an idea if a specific cryptocurrency will be around at the end of the forecast time period or if it will collapse. To do this, we are interested in whether each cryptocurrency is adopted by a significant user base. Now let me explain what our results are for CICO 36. CICO 36 is slightly positive. Using our standard forecasting methodology, using complexity analysis, our 3 viewers describe this futures target as having 2, 3, and 4 additional elements out of 11 possible elements that are added to the base target. Again, normally, targets which have 3 or 4 additional elements are good indicators of positive growth. Now remember, the aggregate temperature probe analysis helps us interpret the complexity analysis. More specifically, the temperature probe analysis has 24 measures for temperature that are mapped to changes in adoption for this currency. Of the 24 measures for temperature, 13 are positive and 11 are negative. If you weigh these numbers by their actually perceived temperatures, then the numbers are 23 positive and 16 negative. When the results using complexity analysis are combined with the positive indicators for aggregate temperature probe analysis, this indicates a mildly positive outlook for CICO 36 for the 5-year period between mid-2023 and mid-2028. Now, the 13 positive and 11 negative indicators are too close together, and this hints towards indeterminate results. Looking at the weighted temperature probes, however, the 23 positive indicators are significantly more than the 16 negative indicators. Finally, when taking into account the index number 0.326, it seems that when it comes to adoption, these data seem to signal just mildly positive growth. Now remember our disclaimer. No one at Farsight is a licensed financial advisor, so anything that anyone at Farsight does that relates to the using of remote viewing to predict financial or economic outcomes of any type, including the performance, however defined, or selling prices of cryptocurrencies, stocks, commodities, or anything else, is done for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everyone doing investments are doing so at their own risk. These are experiments in remote viewing, and there are no guarantees or warranties being made, either expressed or implied. Nonetheless, these efforts are truly interesting on a grand scale, and we at Farsight believe that after we do this for a while, it will be hard for anyone to ignore the reality of remote viewing. Well, that is it for our CICO 36 forecast. Thank you for watching, and as we have said in the past, may you follow your own intuitions, make wise investment decisions, and become rich. Thank you for supporting our efforts here at Farsight. Together, we can change the world for the better. I'm Aziz Brown from Farsight.